What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer, and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2 p.m. video of the weekend. On weekends, the upload schedule, and this is Eastern Standard, is 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 8 p.m. So the next video coming out at 8 p.m. Stay tuned. On weekdays, it is noon and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Every single day, tune in. So make sure if you are in Pacific or whatever, just do the calculations. And that is the time every single day that I will be posting a video. So you'll always know in the morning, right? Grab your cup of coffee, tune in at night after work, kick your feet up, whatever. So it's going to be a good time. There's a lot to talk about, especially right now. I just made a video earlier today talking about if silver could reach $130. It's a great video. Highly recommend you check it out. And I wanted to make the second video kind of like a two-part series because we talked about if silver could hit $130, and then we have this video, this article talking about when silver could hit this price. So we have the if and then the when, and we already know the how. So, and it's not even really an if, it really is more of just a when silver will hit $130. Now, for the sake of the video, we were talking about spot price, even though that is detached from the physical price, right? I mean, American Eagles are already selling for $50 an ounce on Amazon like hotcakes, even though spot price is $22. So everyone that predicted $50 silver by the end of 2021 wasn't necessarily wrong. I mean, silver is, if you want to buy an ounce, $50 on some sites, and people are paying it. So, I mean, they weren't wrong. They just meant it or I guess they technically were right from a different perspective. I mean, if you were walking down the street and someone asked you, how much was that coin you just paid for? And you said $50, but then you tell them, but online spot price is $22. What price in his head would he think that coin is worth? $50, right? Not 22. That's just a number on a screen. If it takes $50 to buy that coin, then what is the real price? Some number on a screen or what you have to actually pay for the coin? So anyways, that's a whole separate video though. Anyways, I hope you like this video. Please like the video. Please leave a comment, even if it's just saying hi or whatever. Liking the video and commenting is so important. It helps the video get recommended. So please do that. I would highly appreciate it. So let's jump into this. So when will silver go up? Many investors are asking themselves, when will silver go up? The market conditions are ripe for another run up in the silver price. And I mean, more than ever right now, the perfect storm is here. The stars have aligned, right? This would be the time where if silver was going to skyrocket, this makes the most sense right now. Right now, even throughout history, right now makes the most sense. Well, I guess in a couple of years, 2023 to 2025, when the Green New Deal is in full effect, when electric vehicles are in full effect, that's really, right, and I'm talking about at its peak. We haven't even really started, right, and there's already a shortage, and we haven't even really started all of that. This is just the beginning. So it's no secret that silver markets can be incredibly volatile. From June 2020 to June 2021 alone, the white metal has seen prices ranging from $17 to $29. And we're talking about March 2020, silver was $11. So we're talking about March to June, it went from $11 to $17 to June 2021, $30. So you can see how volatile silver really is. Many investors are confused by precious metals movement. I mean, after all, silver is a safe haven asset that generally fares well in times of turmoil. And the past year has been packed with tense political events, not to mention the situation globally and the resulting economic impact. Unfortunately, answering the question, when will silver go up, is tricky. Even seasoned analysts can't tell the future, and it's difficult to find a consensus on the topic of when it will enter a bull market. And I guess it also is speculative to what do you consider a bull market? What price would you consider, skyrocketing? Because if I post a video titled "Silver's about to skyrocket" or "Silver's about to explode," you personally could think I'm talking about $50 or $1,000. So if I say explode and I mean $50, because that would be an explosion to some extent, it's the highest price silver's ever been. But then someone else could read that and think that I'm talking about $1,000 and think I'm just talking crazy. So you could see how it is based on perspective. So here's the year on year of when silver will go up. To approach the question, when will silver go up? It is useful to look at its past performance. As mentioned, the silver price has had ups and downs over the past year, including shooting up from $17 to over $28 in the summer of 2020, followed by a drop down to $22 by late September. And in early February 2021, the silver price broke to a high of nearly $30. Then, however, by March, it was sitting around 24. So you can just see how the ups and downs are crazy, how people were probably very emotionally confused and very frustrated, especially the people that did buy in at $30 during the Wall Street silver train, and now they see their investment in the red, wondering if they made a mistake. That's why I try to make a lot of videos talking about silver's true value and why you shouldn't sell thinking you made the wrong decision, because in a couple of years you will be regretting it. I can guarantee that. Silver demand alone has a direct correlation to silver's price, and we know over the next 10 years, silver demand is going to be needed more than ever. So that's nearly a guarantee itself, not even talking about the several other reasons that alone can guarantee higher silver prices. So it is helpful to look at gold price drivers when trying to understand silver's price action. Silver is, of course, more changeable of the two, but it often trades in relative tandem with gold. In fact, silver's big ride from $17 to $28 coincided with gold reaching its highest price in history, $2,000 on August 7th. That's also when the gold to silver ratio was 125 to 1. That was the cheapest silver's ever been compared to gold. So you can see these patterns of extremely high prices and extremely low prices. But if we want to look at what happened, or apply history to right now that really would make the most sense to prove anything or explain anything, it would definitely be from 2008 to 2011. Almost identical to the situation we're in right now, except things are much more extreme right now. Back then, 2008 to 2011, 3-year period started with credit financial crisis, recession/depression, billion-dollar stimulus led to $50 silver 3 years later. Today, credit financial crisis, recession/depression, trillion-dollar stimulus leading to X amount of dollars. But we also have a global situation on our hands and a silver shortage. So if that led silver to $50 back then, imagine what it could lead silver to today. The situations are almost identical, just much more extreme. Even if this global situation, which I don't want to say the word, you know what I'm talking about though, even if this never happened, I would still be sitting here making a video today talking about why silver is such a great investment. But since it did happen, it's just speeding things up times 10. It's just speeding things up times 10. What would have happened in 20 years is going to happen in 3-4 years. So for gold, and by extension silver, a key price driver lately hasn't been so much supply and demand, but uncertainty and speculation. As noted, the past year has been filled with major geopolitical events, most notably the situation, but also Continued tension between U.S. and other countries such as China and Iran. Other developments that have been major sources of concern for investors in the precious metals market. And we also have interest rates, the FOMC. I definitely see prices going lower in the meantime as they go from $15 billion to $30 billion, but that's still a price we don't know. We also see the opposite, where right now the aftermath of the meeting, as people really take in what they were talking about, settles, could be pushing silver up a little bit. There's also the psychological level of $22 silver right now. But regardless, let's look more deeper into the when. I personally think it's going to be 2023 to 2025 when that big spark of quote unquote silver exploding in price is going to be. That is the new Green Deal in full effect. Every car company by 2030 is going to be electric. Every car company. So that's in 9 years from now, about 8 years from now. I'm 29, right? So when I'm 30, 37, 38 years old, every car company is going to be electric. Every single one. When my daughter's, 10, 11 years old, her first car, when she's 16, her first car is definitely going to be electric. So it's just interesting to think about that, because do we have enough silver to keep up with that type of goal, of that type of idea, plan? What if Joe Biden has to come out and say the new Green Deal is simply shutting down because we don't have enough silver, and he has to say that word silver is the reason why the planet can't go green, because we don't have enough silver. That itself would push silver up. That's when silver's true value, silver is literally the most important thing on the planet. That is going to determine the earth. The rest of the planet's life is dependent on silver. Going green, saving whatever climate change or whatever you want to believe in or think about, global warming. If we are going green and all that stuff, zero net emissions, silver is going to be the main role in if that happens or not, which is crazy to think about. Imagine, though, if Joe Biden has to come out and say we're no longer doing the new Green Deal, or Elon Musk has to say they're shutting down Tesla because they don't have enough silver, what we all have and they need. Producers turn into consumers, consumers turn into producers. The people like you and I that want the silver will be selling it to the people that need the silver, or they're going to kick in our front door and steal it from us. Or dig that hole up 3 feet in your backyard and take it from you, or empty out your safety deposit box. So, and that was a lightweight joke, but they have in the past done that across the world with gold, right? When countries need gold in times of when they're in a specific, it's always when there's economic turmoil, when there's either war or the country's in bad shape, they will ask the people to turn their gold in. Now, they will pay you. They'll pay you, but like in FDR, when he was in office, he put out a status saying you have to turn it in, or you'll spend 10 years in prison or pay a $10,000 fine, or both. It wasn't hey, you guys should turn in your gold to us. It was you have to, or you're going to be spending 10 years in prison and paying a $10,000 fine, which is probably around $100,000 in today's time. And that was just the Executive Order 6102 by FDR several years ago. There's been several other instances when they have taken the people's gold, from more pirate-like stealing it, and also instances where they'll put out something saying turn in your gold. It hasn't been silver, but they have banned silver. Around 1980, when the Hunt brothers cornered the market, they banned silver. It was called It was called what was it? Man, what was it called? Something, and then that led to Silver Thursday. Man, how do I not remember that? I remember everything, and right now I cannot remember. This is like the first time on this channel I know something and I can't remember it, simply just having a blank mind. Um, what was that called? Uh, when silver got banned. Oh, Silver Rule 7. Sorry. That was like one of the first times I couldn't remember simply. So it was called Silver Rule 7. They banned silver, which then I think a couple months at the latest later led to Silver Thursday, when the price of silver got cut down 50% in like a couple of days, or literally in a day or so. So the Hunt brothers pushed silver up from $9 to $50, back down to 9 basically. But regardless, that's a whole separate video. The whole point is that if that led silver 3 years, that's identical, then we would realistically say 3 years now, but maybe even quicker. So when would we start? Back then was 2008. When would be the starting date? I would say 2020. So 3 years later would be 2023, the same exact time frame that I'm saying, 2023 to 2025. I'm predicting it's already nearly 2022. So in a year, 2 years, 3 years, I would say 2 to 3 years is when silver spark will really get ignited. In my opinion, 2023 to 2025, that's when things will be more in full effect at its peak, and that's when silver's really going to be seen at its natural price and its natural reasoning how essential it is. So when silver price outlook is impacted by supply and demand, it's also heavily influenced by investors who buy precious metals. The World Silver Survey predicts silver price will hit $32 by the end of 2021, which they weren't necessarily wrong, because to buy an ounce of silver, you're definitely paying more than $32. So were they wrong? I mean, they were talking about spot price, so yes, they were technically wrong, but they weren't theoretically wrong. So, and then you have people saying, will silver pass the $50 high? And Christian thinks the market fundamentals are supportive for silver to climb back to that historical level, and at some point we think the price of silver will rise, and rise sharp. We expect that to coincide with the next financial and economic crisis. That, of course, also ends the question of manipulation. And then you obviously have entities like JP Morgan, which are manipulating or rigging the silver price, which they literally are. JP Morgan has literally been manipulating the price of silver, rigging the price of silver for several decades. It's called spoofing, placing a false buy order or sell order on these exchanges with the intent, and they do cancel the order before it goes through. So the volume on that exchange is much different than it really is, and then influencing the other people on the exchanges' decisions, because people invest off of what they are looking at or what they think is going to happen, when that's really all false. It's false information. It's a false exchange, basically, and then they cash out from it. So, and that's kind of like what JP Morgan did with Bitcoin. Jamie Dimon, which is the head of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon comes out, calls Bitcoin a scam, and then that shot Bitcoin's price down thousands of dollars. And then right after, JP Morgan got caught buying millions of dollars in Bitcoin. Right after they called it a scam. They did it on purpose because they knew they could shoot the price down thousands of dollars if they called it a scam. And then afterwards they got caught. And that's because they got caught because the blockchain stores every transaction publicly. That's one of the reasons why I like cryptocurrency so much, is because everything's public. You can't, these shady banks, which are from a centralized system, can't do this because cryptocurrency's decentralized. It's the exact opposite. If something was to change on the blockchain, everyone has to vote. It's public. Everything is the exact opposite of what the government is, which is why I love crypto. or one of the reasons why I definitely think that crypto should be the future of money if we're looking at what would be. And then they say what happened in 2011. Well, that's exactly what I was talking about, right? What happened to lead silver to $50 in 2011 is so close to what's happening today, but today is just more severe. So, anyways, and what time frame do you think? I definitely think 2023 to 2025. But I would love to hear what time frame you think. I hope I got my reasoning across. And if you do want to check out the other video I posted earlier today, this is the article I covered. Could the silver price really hit $130 per ounce? It's a really good video. Hopefully you watch both of these videos, this two-part segment of if it could hit triple digits and when it will. I definitely think that this was an important little two-part video series to do. Hope you enjoyed it. Next video is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then on Monday through Friday, the normal upload schedule, noon Eastern Standard, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard every single day. So yeah, I appreciate you guys, especially if you have watched the video till now. If you're hearing me tell you this, pat yourself on the back. You didn't click off the video within 2 minutes thinking you know everything. You wanted to soak in every single piece of information, and that will, that's definitely going to, I guess, transpire and translate into your success, right? The people that think they know it all that clicked off this video, thinking they don't need to know anymore, or that they do know everything, right? Those people definitely are going to have a different outcome than someone that wants to know every single piece of information. So yeah, pat yourself on the back if you're still hearing me talk right now. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.